Om Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Loka Seva Gurukulam online classes. Dear students, I think you are all in full of spirits, ready for hearing something more about thermal energy. I hope your temperature is normal now, because when you are teaching about thermal energy, the body temperature should not rise. It should be cool, right? Okay. Now let us just recall a glance into what we have studied in the previous classes. We have seen about heat and temperature. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy. It is also called as the total kinetic energy of the molecules. It's called as heat. And also you have seen that heat moves from a higher temperature to lower temperature, from a hotter body to colder body. It's not. Heat moves from place to place. It is transferred. And how do you measure heat? In terms of calories or joules. Okay. And temperature, the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. The measurement of the hotness is called as temperature. How it is measured? In terms of degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, or the international standard system international SI unit is Kelvin. Okay. And the device used is thermometer. Is it not? So measurement of temperature is done by what are called thermometers. There are different kinds of thermometers. The first and the foremost is called clinical thermometer, where the body temperature is measured. It will be usually in Fahrenheit, from 95 to 110 degree Fahrenheit, or it will be in Celsius also, 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And there are the digital thermometers also. There is a laboratory thermometer. Temperature starts from 0 degrees C to 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, that is how the temperature is measured. Also, we have seen in the previous class how to construct a thermometer. It consists of a glass tube, inside which there will be a capillary of a thick walled capillary. And what is the liquid used there? Usually mercury. Sometimes they use alcohol also. One of the ends is sealed, another it is filled with mercury and then sealed. When it is kept in ice, the lowest temperature is recorded. When it is kept in steam or water, boiling water, the highest temperature is recorded in case of laboratory thermometer, right? And that is how the construction is made in case of a thermometer. Also, we have studied about different scales of temperatures. Just now I was telling about that. You have got what is called as the Celsius scale, degree Celsius, and you have got one is degree Fahrenheit, another is Kelvin. For example, if you take the body temperature in degree Celsius is 37, here it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, and here it is 373 Kelvin. And like that, different temperatures are measured. So they are the different scales of temperature. So these are things we have already seen. Let us just glance about the homework. The first home assignment, state whether the following is true or false. Heat can be measured in kelvins. It is false. And what do you measure in Kelvin? In Kelvin we measure what is called as temperature. Second one, minus 30 F is a lower temperature than minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is also false. So thermal energy can be measured either in calories or in joules. It is true. Pure alcohol can be used as a thermometer liquid. The liquid which is inside the capillary tube. That is true. A body is left cold when heat flows from our body to that body. That is true. When heat flows out, then the body becomes cooler. Okay. So this is the home assignment we have seen. Now today we have to study one more question. Mercury is preferred in the construction of thermometer. Why? Because it is opaque and does not stick to the walls of the container. If you take water, what happens? It sticks to the walls. Mercury does not stick. That is a property. And it is opaque also. So that you can see the level of mercury clearly inside the thermometer. It has a shining luster. The shining luster will show the color, and mercury acquires the temperature of the body. It is kept in contact with very quickly. It absorbs very little heat from the body in contact. A large uniform expansion over a wide range. So when it is kept to our in contact with our body, the mercury level rises. Usually it is kept in the armpit or below the tongue. So it shows the gradual increase when it is kept in contact with the body. So when it is taken out, it shows gradual decrease. So that is why mercury is preferred, and it has got a very shining luster. That's all the properties. Difference between heat and temperature. Heat is a form of energy. Can I name some more forms of energy? Yes, light energy, electric energy, solar energy, atomic energy, and so on. Sound energy and so on. So like that, heat also is a form of energy. Temperature is a measure of degree of hotness or coldness of a body. It is a measure. It can be measured in joules or calories. It can be measured in degree C or degree Fahrenheit or Kelvin. Calorimeter is used to measure heat. Different kinds of thermometers are used to measure the temperature. As you have seen about digital thermometer. You have heard about laboratory thermometer. Also you have heard about clinical thermometer and so on. So there are different kinds of thermometers. And in case of heat, it is calorimeter, which you are going to study in the future class, especially PU. So these are the difference between heat and temperature. Now let us see what you have to study today. Today we will see about the effects of heat. So naturally, when you say effects of heat, we'll experience so many things in daily life. If you keep some water in a vessel on a stove and the stove is switched on, what happens? Water starts boiling. Is it not? So the temperature of water also increases and it gets the next form. There will be change of state. So also if water is cooled slowly, it becomes ice. So there will be change of state. So there will be a lot of changes we find when a body is heated. These changes are called effects of heat. And let us see what are the effects of heat. The first one is rise in temperature. How do you measure temperature? By the help of thermometers. So just now I was telling you, when water is heated, the temperature will go on increasing. So, and the water also becomes warmer and warmer. At last it takes the form of steam, is it not? And there will be a change of state. And change of state means, like for example, you have a solid state, that is ice. If it is heated, it becomes water, that is liquid. And if this liquid is heated, water is heated, it becomes vapor or steam, vapor state or gaseous state. So that is a gaseous state. And reverse also is true. If steam is cooled, it becomes water, and if water is cooled, it becomes ice. So there will be change of state. And then you must know what is meant by melting point. Here if you take water, this is ice. Of course for different substance it will become different. In case of water, these are the change of state. Melting point means, all of you have eaten ice creams, right? So what do you do when you bring the ice cream? You start eating quickly. Why? If you keep it for some time, what happens? It starts melting. If the ice cream starts melting, the taste also will be lost. So to enjoy eating of ice cream, what do? You have to finish it up as early as possible, right? Or you must keep in refrigerator, fridge. So the characteristic constant temperature at which a solid changes into liquid, just now I was telling you, is called as the melting point. Of course, melting may start at any moment. Once you give some heat to a substance, it start melting, that is there. But melting point is completely should change from solid to liquid. So solid to liquid, complete change, if it is there, that temperature is called as melting point of a given substance. And there is one more thing. Suppose you cool liquid, what happens? The liquid become ice, is it not? So ice, if you want to start, there is a hidden temperature called as fusion. The heat that is transferred to the substance during melting is called latent heat of fusion. It is defined as the amount of heat in joules required to convert 1 kilogram of substance from solid state to liquid state. Solid to liquid. Here you are taking 1 kg. Why you must take 1 kg? Because it is a MKS unit, or it is also called as SI, System International. So it is measured in joules also. So amount of energy required, heat means energy, to convert 1 kilogram of the substance. For example, if you take ice into water, if you take 1 kg of ice and heat it to become water, what is the amount of energy that is required? That is called as latent heat of fusion of ice, if it is ice. It may be true for other substances also. Then no need of only ice, na? Some other solids also it is there. but this is called latent heat. What do you mean latent? See, you might have seen in villages, there will be so many what are called as ant hills. Have seen it? There will be small ants in there. And what is specialty of ant hill? They have got very good unity. Small it is. The worms are very small, but because of unity they create a lot of big ant hills of different shape. Sometimes snakes also will be there inside. In Nagara Panchami day you might have seen these ant hills are worshipped, thinking that snake is there inside. They pour some milk, they pour some water, all those. They keep some flowers, do puja for that ant hills, thinking that there is a snake inside. If the real snake comes, everybody runs out. That is what Basavanna said. Kallanagana kandare halerembarayya. Ditadanagana kandare kollembarayya. So Basavanna says that if you see the cobra in the form of a stone, they worship it on Nagara Panchami day or some other days also. The same cobra, if really it comes, they will hit it or they will chase it. Sometimes out of fear they run off. So why I am telling now is, I was referring you to ant hills. And what is specialty of ant hills? The unity in the worms there. So also unity is divinity. Unity leads to purity, Baba says. So we also must be united. You must be acting like one unit, one sai. No, then only you have a lot of strength. Okay. So what I mean to say is, I was telling about latent heat. So nobody knows what type of snake is there inside the anthill. It may be small, bigger, or there may be some other type of snake, don't know. Only when it comes out we will come to know. So also students like you will have a lot of talents, and it is the role of a teacher to draw the talents. Some will be good in singing, some will be good in dramas, some will be good in writings, literary activities, some will be good in drawing, mono acting, so on and so forth. So it is the role of a teacher and parents to draw out the best in a child, right? So that is what is called latent talents. Why I gave all the example is latent talents, it is called. So the latent talent should be brought out. Then you will be more useful, right? So also here the heat is latent. So that here what happens? The temperature remains the same. It won't change. But when once the state is changed, for changing of state, what do you want? Some heat is to be given, and that is the amount of heat in joules. That is called as latent heat of fusion. For example, here is a list. Melting point. Melting point is a point at which a solid melts into liquid completely. Boiling point. It is a point at which the liquid changes into vapor state or gaseous state. Is it not? And latent heat means the energy required to convert solid into liquid, then it is called as fusion. Liquid into gas, that is called as latent heat of vaporization. And all these are measured in terms of for a 1 kilogram of the substance, the amount of joules of energy required to convert 1 kilogram. Here also amount of joule that is required to convert 1 kilogram of water into steam or any other liquid into a gaseous state. That is what is called as latent heat of vaporization. Here the heat is hidden and it won't change afterwards. Okay. For example, helium if you take, it start melting at minus 271 degrees Celsius and boiling point is minus 268 degrees Celsius and latent heat is 25.1. There is no fusion in that case. Hydrogen minus 259 degrees Celsius is the melting point. Latent heat of fusion is 58.6 joules and boiling point is minus 252 degrees Celsius. Latent heat of vaporization is 452 joules. Air minus 212 is the melting point, 23 is the latent heat of fusion, boiling point is minus 191, latent heat of vaporization is 213. Mercury minus 31 melting point, 11.7 is the latent heat, 357 is the boiling point and 272 is the latent heat of vaporization. Coming to water, pure water, melting point is 0 degrees Celsius. So water starts melting from 0 degrees Celsius, which is in the form of ice, and the latent heat of fusion is 335 joules, which means that 335 joules of energy, heat energy is to be given to convert 1 kilogram of ice into water completely, and most important, without rise in temperature, and boiling point is 100. That means to convert 1 kilogram of water into steam, 2260 joules of energy is needed. That is called as latent heat of vaporization. Aluminium, it is 658 melting point. It means solid aluminum starts melting into liquid. 322 is the latent of fusion. Boiling point is 1800. You might have seen how the aluminum vessels are made. They make a liquid aluminum, then they solidify it, then make into different shapes, and latent vaporization is not there. And in case of gold, melting point is 1063. That means to melt that gold, you have to heat it to 1063 Celsius. And latent heat of fusion is 67. Boiling point is 2500. To make gold boil, no, you have to give temperature of 2500. So this is a list of all the important physical quantities like melting point, latent heat of fusion, boiling point and latent heat of vaporization. Okay. And coming to latent heat of vaporization, previously we have studied about latent heat of fusion of ice. Now it is vaporization of a liquid. It is defined as the amount of heat required to convert 1 kilogram of the substance from liquid to gaseous state. There it is solid to liquid there in the fusion of ice. Fusion. Here it is vapor. Vaporization means 1 kilogram of the liquid to gaseous state at constant temperature, means without rise in temperature. For example, if the temperature of boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, when it reaches 100, there is no change in temperature until all water gets converted into vapor. So that is a speciality. That is why it is called as latent heat. And vaporization may take place in two different ways. So one is evaporation from the surface of a liquid at any temperature. You might have seen ponds, big ponds or lakes. The water gets evaporated in summer. the level of water go on decreasing. That is what is called as evaporation. Okay. And then you have another one is boiling point. Whole mass of the liquid at a constant temperature called boiling point. So, for example, water boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius, and from 100 degrees Celsius, that is the same temperature it remains. So, under these two conditions vaporization takes place, and in case of evaporation it may be natural also. And if you want urgently, you have to take in a china dish or in a vessel and heat it. So, that is also possible. So, boiling point also is there, you have got experience. So, here this is a photo, or this is one diagram which shows that when a solid is heated, it gets converted into, when it is heated, it gets melted into liquid. It starts boiling, it converts into gas. So, for solid to heat, for solid to melt, heating is necessary. From liquid to become gas, heating is necessary. And sometimes solid can be directly converted into gas. That is called as sublimation. Can you name some of the substances like camphor? Camphor, you might have seen in temples how the pujari takes some camphor, right, and heats it. What happens? It directly converts into gas, and it is lighted by matchstick. Immediately the camphor starts. Similarly, there are substances like ammonium chloride or iodine, etc., etc. They are all example for sublimating substances. So, what is sublimation? It is a process in which a solid is converted into gas without becoming liquid. So, when a solid is heated, it becomes gas. Similarly, if the gas is cooled, that is called frosting, it is called. It becomes solid. So, similarly, camphor, if the gases is corrected and cooled, it becomes solid. So, here you have to do with the frosting process or cooling process. And the direct way is, if you heat it directly, this is the process we see. That is why example for change of state. State means physical state. Okay, that is what you see in our daily life also. So, now you come to what is called as thermal expansion. As we know, when a body is heated, it expands. Have you observed it? Yes. You might have heard that in railway tracks, there will be some gap in between the two rails, is it not? Why do they do it? Because due to heavy sunlight, due to friction of the trains moving on the rails, there will be expansion in the rails. So, if the gap is kept, it fills up the gap after expansion. Even in concrete roads also, they will leave some gaps, have you observed? And these gaps, because it is an example of thermal expansion. So, you can think of an experiment here. There is a very famous experiment called ring and ball experiment. Ring and ball experiment. And what do you mean ring and ball experiment? We have to take a metallic ring. This is a metallic ring with a handle. There should be usually there will be a wooden handle. It may be plastic also. And the spear of the same metal fitted with a chain, so that the spear just passes through the ring. So, this is a spear, usually made up of brass. So, in the beginning, this is a chain, this is a spear. Spear, say, made up of copper or bronze. This is a chain. and this is a ring. All of them made of the same material, right? And this is the handle, usually wooden. So wooden handle. Okay, this is the ring. So in the beginning, what happens? The ring will, the spear will pass through the ring easily. And now if you heat the spear with a spirit lamp or a Bunsen burner, and if you keep it on the ring again, of course you must heat it for some time, not immediately. You can do it in home also. What do you observe? We observe that the spear or the ball, metallic ball, will not go inside the ring. Why it happens like that? It is because of the expansion. Some students will be there. When you go to functions and all, they eat off nicely. After expansion, there will be expansion in the body. They become heavy. Is it not? So, and there will be a lot of examples like that, where there is expansion of the substances when heat is given to it. Is it not? So, when the heat is given, there will be expansion, that is called cubical expansion. There are three kinds of expansions again. One is about length, called as linear expansion. Another is about area, that is called superficial expansion. And third one is called superficial expansion, also called areal expansion. Third one is cubical expansion, or expansion in the volume. Expansion in the volume. So there will be three kinds of expansion. This is example of cubical expansion, where the volume increases. Because of the volume increasing, the ball will not go inside the ring. Instead of that, it will stay on the top of that. Okay. So what do you observe? The ball does not pass through the ring because the size of the spear has increased. Here we meant the size means volume. Volume has increased. Okay. And similarly, you have another kind of substance called as bimetallic strip. As the word itself says, bi. What do you mean? Bi means what? Two. Here there will be two layers of metals. Two different metals are kept, one over the other. And usually, one example is steel and aluminum. So when two metals are kept with the same handle, and if they are heated, what happens? When heated uniformly, with the help of a Bunsen burner, it bends. Aluminum bends more outward than steel because of what is called as expansion, more of expansion, linear expansion or expansion in the length. Okay. So this is a photo of that. This is what is called bimetallic strip. Here the upper layer is aluminum, lower layer is steel. So when they are heated, the aluminum layer gets bent more. You may ask where it is used. It is used in electric irons. You might have heard when more of current is passed through the iron, electric iron, what you call istri pettige in Kannada, there will be a sound comes tuck. That means it is completely heated. When it is completely heated, it cuts off the circuit. And also in refrigerators, it is used. and in many places this bimetallic strip is used. It has got lot of applications. That's why you should know about these things. And the linear expansion means increasing length of a material. Define the linear expansivity. The linear expansivity is change in length per unit original length per degree Celsius rise in temperature. Means if you take any material, say maybe steel or aluminum or brass or anything like that, if you heat it, what happens? There will be change in the length, and the change in length per original length for every degree rise in temperature is called as linear expansivity or alpha, coefficient of linear expansion, denoted by the symbol alpha. Alpha means nothing but linear expansivity. So that is in the case of solids. Okay, and the formula for that, let the length of the metallic bar be L0 at temperature of 0 degree Celsius. Then after heating, if the length increase to delta L, a very small increase. Suppose 1 meter rod is there, if it heated, it may change to say 100.1. Then that 0.1, it was 100 centimeters to start with, become 100.1. Here this 0.1 is called delta L. 0.1 increase, if it is centimeters, it may be in meters also. Actually it is a SI unit is meter. So the temperature of delta T for a rise in temperature. So here increase, then delta L means increase in length is proportional to original length L0 into delta T. So delta T means rise in temperature. Suppose the temperature is 0 to start with, it increases. So here it means varies as, this symbol stands for varies as. As temperature increases, length also increases, that is the meaning. So if you want to write delta L, if you want, instead of writing varies as, you can put equals. Then it becomes equals alpha into L0 into delta T. So this is called alpha. This is called coefficient of linear expansion, also called as linear expansivity, is equal to delta L by L0 into delta T. So I will give one more example. You heard in your mathematics class that area of a circle varies as the square of its radius. Are you understanding? As the radius increases, area also increases. That is the meaning. That is, you use the symbol varies as. But how to calculate? For calculation purpose, we change the symbol here, varies as is equal to, right? And then you use the symbol, Latin word called as pi. What is the approximate value of pi? Pi is 22 by 7. What is r? R is the radius. So this is called equation. That is for calculation purpose. So we write equals. Similarly here, delta L varies as L0 into delta T can be written as delta L is equal to one coefficient, just as you have coefficient here pi. We use the coefficient alpha here, L0 into delta T. So alpha is equal to delta L by, when it comes here, it becomes by L0 into delta T. That is the formula for that. And the unit of measuring it is also there. We will see that in a short while. Now we come to volume expansivity. Volume means it defines a change in volume. It may be, if you take a solid like a cube, length, breadth, height, all the three changing. If it is a cylinder, another formula, pi r square h, r and h changing. If it is sphere, r changing. Okay. So volume expansivity, that is called as gamma. So you have got alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha is to beta is to gamma is 1 is to 2 is to 3. So alpha is coefficient of linear expansion. Beta is coefficient of superficial expansion area. Gamma is volume expansion. 1 is to 2 is to 3 in case of solids. So volume expansivity of a material may be defined as a change in volume per unit original volume. Means, suppose you have 1 meter cube of a cube. Cube is heated. So for 1 degree Celsius, the volume changes. For every rise in temperature, if it raises or it changes, that is what is called as volume expansivity. Just as we had formula for the linear expansion, we have a formula gamma here. Delta V by V into delta T. So delta V is a change in volume. Here V means V0 into delta T. Delta T means rise in temperature. As you have seen the previous explanation, same it holds good here also. And here when you say V means that got length, breadth, height. Alpha means only length. Beta means length and breadth. Volume means length, breadth, height. So all the three will increase, right? So this is the formula for volume expansivity. Expansivity means it is a coefficient. And let us see, here V is called the cubical expansion. And here is a list of that. It is measured by what is called degree per degree Celsius. When you write alpha, it refers to per degree Celsius. This one also gamma per degree Celsius when you write the answer. So when you write this, you should write it as per degree Celsius. Like that you must write. All this should be written like that. This also per degree Celsius. -1 means below you must write. So for example, quartz, its alpha is 0.4 into 10 to the power of -6 per degree Celsius. Means if you give 1 degree Celsius temperature, the length will increase by 0.4 into 10 to the power of -6. Don't think this is very big unit. It's a very, very small. -6 means you must have 5 zeros here. So this will be 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 4. That much of expansion if you raise by 1 degree Celsius. And volume is 1.2 into 10 to the power of -6 means 0.0000012. That is the meaning. 10 to the power of -6. Okay. So for every degree Celsius, so much of temperature, so much of expansion, you will see that. So like that, steel also, iron also, different values are there, brass also, silver also, aluminum, lead, these are all different kinds of metals and alloys. Steel is an alloy, brass is an alloy, and these are metals. For every degree Celsius, this will be the increase in length, this will be the increase in volume, and it is measured by the unit called per degree Celsius. Okay. So that is the value of alpha and gamma. For your study, beta is not there, that you study later. Okay. Let us see some home assignments. First question, name the factors on which the thermal expansion of a wire depends. Second question, give any two uses of bimetallic strips. Third question, the heat given at the time of a change of state is called latent heat. Why? Okay. So this is a mobile symbol of sending by WhatsApp, right? So just for interest purpose it is created like that. So come prepared. And one more question, give reasons why a bimetallic strips bends on heating. Okay, come prepared with the answers. Thank you.